A major milestone is on the horizon for one of Buffalo's signature cultural events. Beau Fleuve is preparing for its 10th annual music and art celebration in August. Yeah, August will be here before we know it. As the celebration and festival continues to celebrate a decade of impact, organizers say this year's event will honor that journey while looking ahead to the future. And we'll ask questions about that. We'll get to that in just a moment. There's also a list of events just around the corner this month, though, centered around Juneteenth celebrations, and that will be here in about a week or so. So joining us now to talk more about that celebration and all the good things that you have in store is Beau Fleuve founder and chairman Lindsay Taylor. So Lindsay, thank you so much for talking to us today about this.
Thank you for having me.
And we have a lot to go through, so we have a list of things. So you're busy planning a couple of events. I don't know where to start. Let's talk about Juneteenth is coming up. You have a few events planned for that weekend, right?
Yes.
So let's start there.
Yes, so we actually have our Legacy Weekend, which is held on the Juneteenth federal holiday weekend, which is June 19th. But this is our Legacy Weekend, which is built around our Legacy Polo match, which was a huge success last year, in which that was just a one-day event last year. Now we got crazy and we built it out to a four-day weekend, which starts on Thursday the 18th and carries out all the way throughout Sunday.
And how did you even get an idea like that? What started that? How did that come into existence? Yeah,
well, Beau Fleuve being this really culturally activated and community engaged lifestyle brand, right? It was another opportunity to really engage people with different multi-points, right? People love derbies, people love equestrian events, and we said, hey, let's do a polo match, right? And when we did, it was an opportunity for people to come out in their best, right? Celebrate amongst each other, still incorporate what our cores of arts and culture, and at the same time be able to raise awareness.
And that polo match, correct me if I'm wrong because you have a lot going on, is sold out?
It's sold out, yes. So we actually doubled last year's numbers.
That's great.
Which is great, and it's the second time doing it. And it is sold out, actually sold out on Friday, but people can still enjoy some of the other events that are happening that weekend.
Yeah, and what are the other events happening that weekend? We have art, wine, a barbecue, a backyard barbecue. Talk to me about that.
Yes. So on Thursday, that is a members only for our stakeholders and our sponsors for that evening, which is celebrating Black art and Black wine. For that evening. Then on Friday is the backyard barbecue, which is open to the public. We'll be at Duende at Silo City. We have a world-renowned DJ Ted Smooth that's coming in. So if you think about the old school nostalgic cookout, that's what that is.
Yeah, and when I think about all these events, I just think that you have community all in one place.
Yes.
So how does it make you feel to know that you are bringing so many people together in one spot to really just celebrate community?
Yeah, and it's just being intentional on creating spaces that everybody feels welcome, seen, and heard at, right? And spaces that people feel comfortable to celebrate, to go home, right, and have a really great time.
So now I want to get to Beau Fleuve Festival.
Yes.
That's happening in August, but August will be here before
time.
we know it, right? So talk to us about the planning that goes into just that event alone.
Yeah, so as soon as it's done, we're right back into planning September, right? So I'll take about a couple weeks off to kind of like relax, but we're right back into planning and full go right out the gate.
Yeah, when did this event start for, viewers who might just be joining us? Explain this event to us.
Yeah, so we're celebrating our legacy year, which is our 10-year anniversary. So we started 10 years ago, which was a really opportunity to create a platform for artists to celebrate culture here in the area between music, arts, and culture. And that's what it's been about. It's been growing, where we're drawing in national artists and world-renowned artists from all across the world coming here. We see a lot of tourism that's happening through this as well too. So it's a really great opportunity for people really just to come out and really celebrate the culture here right here in Buffalo.
And it's so much fun looking at all the videos from like years past, right? Did you ever imagine it would grow into what it is today?
It was intentional to be about, okay, we wanted this to be more than what just the festival was, right? And growing into spaces where we're talking about the Legacy Weekend, we're going into other spaces where we have these other cultural partnerships, right? So what we're seeing now is what we talked about 10 years ago, and for this to be the centerfold of it has always been a great aspect.
Yeah, and this kind of ties into my question that I just asked you, but how has this event really shaped Buffalo's arts and music scene over the past decade? I mean, I'm sure it has.
Once again, it's given that opportunity, right? It's investing resources into emerging artists, right? You have artists that are right here from my region that are going national, that are going on tours, that are getting major record deals, that are featured in major museums, and we're able to be a part of that story.
And real quick, because I only have about 20 seconds left
problem.
or so, but what's next for Beau Fleuve?
We're growing, right? So we're expanding our footprint. We're expanding what we're doing, not just here in the region, but across the nation. So we're really excited about that. So be on the lookout for more things to come as we talk about in the coming weeks.
That is exciting, and you will keep us updated, I'm sure.
We'll do.
Thank you so much, Lindsay, for joining us today from Most Buffalo.
Thanks for having me.